Hi guys, this episode here, just wanted to show you how we make raised panel doors with the rail and style. Here's some scrap pieces here. A couple things you're going to need is a couple set of matching rail and style bits. One will cut this profile here, and then the other one cuts your end piece here, which connects, so that's why they have to be a matching set. And then the other bit that I use that you'll see me use in this video here is this bit here. I'm not sure really what you call it. I got it from Rockler. I believe it's just a 1/4 inch. It's just got a small curve on it. And I use this for the back side of my raised panels just to get them down to a 1/4 inch thick so that they will fit inside the grooves here. One of the other things you might want to use is these little balls here. They're called space balls. They're just little rubber balls, and I'll show you a little closer picture of them in a minute. But what these do is when you get ready to glue in your raised panels, the actual center panels themselves, those panels do not get glued in. When you do your glue up, the only thing you want to do is glue these ends here, okay, and leave your panels loose, especially if you're using a hardwood instead of plywood, because that could expand and contract. So what these do is these just drop in. You just want to drop a few of them in on all sides. Is they just drop in to the groove there like that, and your panel will smash against them like that. So if you do have some expansion in the wood won't rattle, because your center panel is going to be a little bit loose in there. You've probably seen some cabinets where they didn't use those, and the center panel is loose. So these help out with that case there. So all right, so we got all our material cut down to 2 1/4, planed down to 3/4 thick. All right, so as far as the depth here, you can go with whatever depth you kind of want. I went with a little bit deeper, a lot more reveal, because I'm going to go with the front, just a flat shaker style panel. And so my shaker panel is going to only be a 1/4 inch plus this, which will make it 3/8 total. It'll make it flat against the door tops there. So anyway, we got these cut, and then the next cut will be the end cuts. So we'll have to change out the bit, and we'll have to do some measuring on that. So we'll do those next. All right, so to make our side pieces, this is just a piece of scrap that I cut at another job, but you can't just measure between the two. You got to actually add the distance of your cut in here, which I think it's 3/8 of an inch. Anyway, the way easy way to maybe measure this is just get your opening, which mine is 8 inches minus. You want a little clearance, so I go 1/8 of an inch, get it pretty tight. Then I just measure from inside here to here, which in this case here is a 4 1/8. So that would mean that this piece here would be from here to here would be 4 1/8 inch long. Now, as far as orientation, which way, you can do it either way. There's no real way to do it. You can make these pieces your top and bottom. Of course, again, this is another job that I did. That's, of course, these ain't gonna match up, but you can make this your top. Or the reason I'm doing it the way I'm doing it is because when I pull my drawer out, I want to see a solid piece here. I don't want to see this joint here. So I'd rather see it on the side. Okay. So either way, it doesn't really matter how you do it. Just whatever you prefer. All right, so we can cut the ends here. So I did test run already. And I always like to do a test run on pieces before I do my material. We got to remember on both these bits, the face has to be down. Okay, so the front needs to be down, and you're looking at the back side. So you got to keep that. Remember that each time, otherwise you'll get it cut the wrong way. So here, I've got this piece here. This is my face. This is my back. So I'm gonna put my face down. I'm gonna use a clamp to hold it. I'm gonna try to do it with my hand. I'm gonna put a clamp here. The good thing about the clamp too is that if I got my hand back behind here, I'm not gonna get my hand up in the bit. So I really don't have any way to put my feather boards on these. So we'll put it up tight against the fence here, clamp it down, and we'll make our cut. Okay, there's a cut, and let's try a test fit here. What you're looking for is these two to be perfectly smooth on back and front. So that's what you want to do, a test run first to make sure they're good. Now we got to do this other side too. So again, just remember face down. So there's our ends cut. So they'll go in like that, and then your other piece goes in like that to make your drawers. Now, if we got this all correct, we should have this just under an 8 inches. Yep. So 7 7/8. So that gives us a 1/8 of inch clearance. So once we tighten that down, so all right. So we'll get the rest of these cut. All right, so we got a little door frame here, dry fitted right now. So when you measure it out, you want to put together and measure the inside here, but don't forget you got to add at least 1/4 of an inch, depending on which rail and style blade you're using. You may have to change that, but you don't want it to be a tight fit. You want it to be just a little bit loose in there, but you don't want it too loose. So measure the inside here. Add 1/4 per each side, so add 1/2. You can do this with a piece of plywood, 1/4 plywood if you want. What I'm gonna use though is I've got a piece of 7/8 hardwood here. I only need 3/8. I want the panel, it's gonna be a shaker style panel, so it'll be flat here, but I want it to go all the way flush to the back here. I don't want it indented. So I'm gonna attempt, I found this piece of board here, which is wide enough, I don't have to do any glue up. So I'm gonna attempt to cut it in half. Should have enough here for 2 3/8 inch pieces. We'll see how it comes out. Sometimes when you're resawing, your blade might drift on you a little bit. We'll see how that comes out though. So we're gonna resaw this, and this will make 2 panels for my 2 doors here. All right, so I got my resaw jig all set up here, just a big fence with another fence beside to hold it. All right, so I've got my panel all completed here. So, like I said, this is 3/8 thick, and the notch here is only 1/4. So what we want to do is I'm just take the router, and I've got a bit in here that'll just take and notch this out here and round it up. So we'll do a little test cut, see how it fits, and adjust if we need it. So. All right, so our test cut, we're still tight. Here on the end, I had it pretty good, but here in the middle, we're way too tight. So what we're gonna do is bring that up a little bit. All right, guys, so we got all the pieces now cut for the raised panel doors. I said they're fairly simple to make. Real good sturdy door too. So we want to dry fit everything first. And then also before we go to a glue up, we want to make sure we sand this inner panel here, because it'll be too hard to sand after you put it together. And you don't want it too tight in there. You want it kind of loose, and you want to be able to see gaps. See how you got gaps here on either end. That's what you want to see. But you always want to do a dry fit first before you go glue up, just to make sure you got everything correct. All right, so that's how you make a raised panel door front. Like I said, I went with the deeper here. This is just a shaker style. You can do an actual raised panel in the middle, but these are going to be shaker style here. So we'll sand this. After we glue it all up, then we'll sand the face of it down. So, and then there's what the back looks like. Gives you a nice, smooth back. Like I said, if I took the middle panel down to 1/4 inch, there's more chance of it bowing later. So I wanted to leave all thickness I can. So this is a 3/8, so it gives it a nice smooth flush back. And then like I said, after we run the router in there, there's what your finished product. And all we want to do is just put a little bit of glue. It doesn't take much. Okay, and then we'll just drop this in. So, appreciate it, guys. We'll get these put together, get moving forward with the cabinet. But just for a short video of showing how you to show you how to make a raised panel door, there's how you do it. They're, like I said, they look kind of intimidating first, but they're really easy to make. So we appreciate you watching the video.